right, welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier iHypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. We've been creating a lot of powerful pods and, of course, reels as well over the last couple of days. And this couldn't have come at a better time because now, as we're getting ready for our retreat, the iHypnosis Life Transformations, this is happening next month, literally a month from today. And in preparation of that retreat, we rolled out a 1 month program to be able to facilitate, to be able to create that space for our participants, for members of our community who've already paid up, and they're uh, excited and they can feel that anticipation building of the time that we will be spending together, the kind of shifts that they will experience when we all meet and we're together in person. And this is something I've noticed in me as a person, that I am and I tend to be very passionate about what I do. And it's moments like today that reminded me of how fortunate I am, because as we began, I could feel that emotion welling up. And there was a time it it was really difficult for me to go beyond the the emotion, the tears. Literally, I sort of would lose my voice, and it's almost like everything would stop. Now, what's different, of course, it's taken time, but what's different is that I've made some shifts internally, which allows me to be more present, which allows me to uh, recognize what's happening. And that's what I wanted to share with you today, because as a healer, as a coach, this is something that you will definitely experience. Now, of course, you could say that you're not a very emotional person. Now, I'm not one to say that it's right or wrong, it's good or bad, and we're all made differently, and also we're at different stages of our journey. So, let me share with you three things that I have been able to um, frame, which make a lot of difference to me, and I can see it in real time, allowing me to be present. And of course, I'm able to take that energy, that release that's happening, and to be able to be of service to whoever it is that I'm with. Today, of course, case in point being that I was with my community. So, the three things of them, the first one is to just let it come. Because remember, the moment that wellspring has been tapped into, the emotion, um, the the thankfulness, the gratitude, the relief, and of course the release, it will come. It's very hard to suppress it. A lot of us do it. I know in my previous avatar that was something that would have been easier for me to do. But one thing that I have noticed is that when I can feel that emotion welling up, I have now given myself that permission to let it come. When I say let it come, as in let it come up. The second thing, of course, and this is really what makes all the difference, which is as I can feel that emotion welling, I slow down. So if there's something that I want to say, maybe I'm, uh, thanking people that are, gathered for the program or whatever it is that I'm doing. And so when I can feel that emotion welling up, I slow down and I just become absolutely present to what's happening. So if I can feel the tears welling up, I become aware of that. If I can feel the tears not just well up, but actually, release, I let that happen as well. And this until recently was a very new thing for me. But of course, now I've allowed myself to slow down at this point when I know that I'm literally overcome with gratitude. Earlier, I used to think of it as being overcome with emotion, but I've now come to understand that it is just me expressing my gratitude. It's me being aware that I'm just overcome. The overwhelm is it's not really the overwhelm. It's just being um, overcome, or I guess you could say overwhelmed, but with gratitude. And the third thing that I've found that really helps is that in that moment, I take the time to thank people, whether it is people who are there in in front of me, people who are part of the reason that I get to be there, and maybe I'm doing a session, or maybe I'm running a program. And it's also a moment for me to thank all those people. I may just do it in my mind, but I thank all those people that were in some way or many ways responsible, and that stood up, or that showed up at that moment way back in time. And all of that led me to be here and to experience this moment in its fullness. So this is something that I just felt would make would really help you, I'm sure, especially as a healer, especially as a coach, where you yourself are in the process of discovering yourself. You're figuring out so many things. You're building your business, and in all of this, um, when something is going well and emotion bubbles up, the last thing one would really want to do is push it away or distract oneself. So this is something that I do, and I really wanted to come here today and share this with you, and of course remind you that as a healer, as a coach, uh, what you're doing really matters. And it's so important to for us to actually recognize ourselves. So as always, these pods are made for you, and I really do wish you all the very best on your journey. And if there's any way in which I can help you, please do reach out and let me know. God bless, and of course, I will see you in the next one. Take care.